Buenos dias, Gunners Collective. Back at it like a smack addict. And as you can tell, man, today's a little something different. We got an interview with the homeboy, man, that can't be right here with us, but we're going to elaborate on that story in a minute and let it be known, cabrones, what time it is, man. I'm right here with the homeboy Spooky, the Islas Casitas Salas, man. What's up, Spooky?
Hey, what's up, Carnal? How you doing?
Man, just post it up, bro. And for those of the gente that don't know, man, I've been knowing Spooky for going on 30 something years, bro. And I just wanted to reach the homeboy, man, because he plays a big intricate part into the history of the Norte as far as Norteños, the NF history, NR history, and just a lot, man. So, hey, kind of give us the brief breakdown, bro. I know we first ran into each other in Fred C. Nelles, bro. Back in the '90s, man. I let's take it from there, bro. Let's take it from your touching down in Nelles because you was a fool back then, bro. And let's kind of see where your life went from there, my brother.
Yeah, well, yeah, when I first went to YA, I was over there in always close school, and me and the little homie Joker, no, little Toker from San, we battery packed some food from Westside Wilmas that got us sent to Nelles, and then that's when I pulled up and I met you, and we were talking, and you're like, I'm skinny boy, we do, I was like, orderly spooks, and we just hit it off from there, you know what I mean?
hmm I remember shit. I remember, bro. And what was the feeling, bro, on that bus to Nellis? I know me myself, bro, being on the second bus load, there was a little bit of nerves, bro. But at the same time, I was kind of like, "Fuck it, Holmes, la primera." You know what I mean? Like we're gonna get what we get, man. You know?
Now, what it was is like, because I was in YA for a while already, so I already knew what was going on, and I ran into Chucky from Fresno, like homeboy from Fresno that just came from down there, and Casper from Salas just came from back down there. Him, Danny Boy, Smiley from Hanford, Dreamer from Gordo Perry Heights, Norteño before he became a Bulldog. We're all there together. They had went down there, and Casper ended up coming back up. Him and Danny Boy from Fresno. So I already knew what to expect when I was going down there. But
Mm. And I remember,
yeah, I know,
I remember you touching down
I know it
on.
was going to be on a cracking.
Oh, exactly. Remember you touched down on Monroe, if I recall. Did you touch down on? How'd you guys? I remember you were on Monroe.
That,
Is that where you guys
that
first
came,
went?
yeah. All right, no, that's when all right, when I first got down there, I was on Cleveland. And the next day you guys went to school and you guys ended up getting off, and I had to wait for you guys to come back. And then when you guys came back, that's when I was like, "Hey, fool, I'm out." You know what I mean? So I'm cracking with these fools, and I got in a fight with Sporty from bowling. I knocked him out from the showers, and then after that, I was just saying, you know what, fuck that. I kept telling Dreamer and Smiley from Hanford, fool, let's just start just murking these fools, man. We got a home way to, you know, in a cell, because Lonely Boy from Hayward had stopped banging. You know what I mean? He didn't want no part of it. You know what I mean? And then um, Cornejo from Hayward drove back up, and he landed on Cleveland with us. And they tried to move on him at night. And I jumped up and ran back there. We started getting off with them. We all went to the hole. They put us on freeze, and that was like kind of like the first time we had like a little 10 on 10 um, melee in the dorm area. You know what I mean?
Exactly, bro. And I remember, I think at that time they moved me to Kennedy, and you end up shooting to Monroe over there with Bads and Soldier Boy and Boo from Stockton and them, right? If I recall, Blinky from
Oh,
Fresno.
what happened? No, what happened was right when they moved you guys, they
Mhm.
moved like 17 of you guys. You, K9, Cisco, Joey Boy, and a lot of you guys went to Kennedy, and you guys ended up kicking it off, going out to the yard. And then the next people to move was me, Chucky from Sanho, Bad Boy from Sacra, Smiley from Hanford, um, Blinky from Fresno, Toker from Sanho, and myself. We went to Adams first. We went to
That's
Adams
right.
Cottage. We opened up that cottage, and then they opened up Hayes, and then they opened up Monroe. That's when Little Bull from Stockton, Soldier Boy, Shadow, um, drove up. Oh yeah, and Bad Boy from Sakura, he was with us when we opened up Adams. So it was like the main ones who were like me, Bad Boy, Chucky, were the three that always fighting on Adams Cottage. You know what I mean? Because
Exactly.
they didn't want. There was a lot of older dudes there, and they were like, "Look, man, you guys do what you got to do. You know, you guys get the second row. You know, this is your guys' toilet. This is your side of the handball court. You know, they already had everything divvied up before we even got there, so we didn't really have to fight for much when we got there. They were just like, come Sunday shower day, the council would just fight, so we could go into the rooms outside behind the handball. And that's kind of how we were doing it over there until they separated us again.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I remember all that, bro. And trip out. So a lot of gente. There's been spills, man, dropped on the homeboy. Batman de Vaisa. Orale, Batman, right? You doing time
Yeah,
on
I
Monroe
remember.
with Batman and knowing Batman extensively like I do. What's this big old thing on Batman, man? Supposedly he's the only norteño to have walked the linea, firme gente, and I never. Hey, I don't hate on the homeboy. The homeboy is a homie, no doubt about it. But just put it out there, Spooky, from your point of view. How was the homeboy, Batman from Vice when you were there?
I maybe seen him once or twice in school. You know, I know him. You know what I mean. But as far as like doing what we're doing, I mean, not a, I don't know hater shit, bro. But I ain't even never heard of him even getting fights in the blinds, fighting in the blinds or anything like that, bro. To be honest, I always heard of Soldier Boy and Shadow over there taking care of business, but that was about it. Never heard of him, getting off or anything like that, you know. But I mean, it is his own, each his own. You know what I mean? I guess. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
no, we were on a little bit of a different level. You know that, bro. We were in it to win it. So, I was talking about in the spill the other day, man, about the biggest riot that ever happened in Nelles in the quad area in school. You remember that one, right?
Yeah, yeah. With the vato from Border Brothers.
Exactly. Remember that day? What happened? Remember I came up to you in there. It was already planned. We were gonna kick it off. Remember I came up to you, and then what happened from there, brother?
Oh, nah. What it was, right? Because I didn't like the dude. I don't really like a lot of people. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It's like if I fuck with you and I talk to you, I'm gonna fuck with you for forever. But this dude, he just run me the wrong way, bro. You know what I'm saying? That, found out he was running with the homeboys on the guys and then, gets locked up because he got sent down there once to roll with these fools. And I was like, you know what? I ain't going for it, man. I'm going to get this fool, and usually when I say I'm going to get somebody, I'm going to get somebody. So, they were doing construction around the bend and I seen a rock. So like the day before I put a rock right there was like a boulder. Right.
I
And
remember. Yeah.
like I was like, I'm gonna get this fool. So when we're all talking, I was like, that's when I walked up to you and I was like, hey, you guys ready? We're gonna kick it off. I'm gonna get this fool right now. I'm gonna try to fucking kill him with this rock, right? I'm gonna try to smash his skull in. And then, that's walked up to him and, just gave it to him and it just kicked. You know what I mean?
I
It
remember.
just everyone fighting, motherfuckers are getting jumped, stomped, stabbed, sliced, beat, battery pack, rock pack, fucking. A matter of fact, I seen some dude pick up the rock that I smashed that fool with, and the motherfucker tried to hit me with it. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? But he threw it at me. You know what I
Hey,
mean? I was like,
hey, do
stupid
you,
fool, come here.
yeah, bro. Do you remember when the placas put the zip ties on us and they slammed it after they maced us on the ground? Remember when we looked at each other? What did we do,
Yeah.
bro?
Oh, when we got Woofy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Woofy, man. Woofy was all right. I ended up even going in Marone, fighting with them a couple times in the blinds. And it was crazy. One thing I wanted to touch base was I was reading the comments on one of your videos, and there was a little dude named Barraza from Wasco, I think, and he said I got headbutted on the bus. Hey, that happened, bro. That happened, but the other was from 18th Street. We picked him up, and I think Chad, and I spit on him, and then he had got up and he came and sat next to me, and right when I was going to try to get up, he headbutted me, fool, and then the cops came back there and put him in the cage and like that, and I was like, I'm gonna get you, fool. I'm gonna get one of your homies from 18th Street. I am getting face some dude named Babyface from 18th Street because of that dude, because of what he did. But yeah, I was reading the comments about that. So yeah, that happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, I tell gente, man, north and south, bro, everyone that was down there that went through that. Um, You know, it wasn't like Vatos weren't trying to hold their own and establish, bro. It's the administration kept throwing us from the caja on back to the linea. We weren't going nowheres, Holmes. You know what I mean? We're right
Nah,
there.
like
And there was a
you
handful of us
couldn't
that
get
were really about the business. You know what I mean? And those were that were
yeah,
there, no.
you couldn't get back up north no matter what you did. Look
Exactly.
at they. I mean, you had Bubba and Shorty and them dudes stabbing people in school. You know what I mean? And they still didn't get shot back up north. They got sent further south.
Exactly. Now,
You know what
one thing I wanted to touch on and elaborate on that I just heard just quite recently, man, on a different channel was the Vato badass Snoop. This Northern Rider character said that he was the first Norteño ever in Nelles. Did you ever hear that? Because I don't remember him there with us.
The only time I ever heard about that Vato was when I came to prison. They said that he was a Northern Rider. I didn't even know what that was. You know what I mean at the time. You know what I mean? But I I don't even know who he is to this day. I just hear about him, but there was nobody by that name down there when we were down there.
No, absolutely not, bro. We were the first ones established down there. So I mean, he could have
There
quite
was a
possibly
there was
came.
yeah I know what's his name Rascal from I think San
Alameda.
Leandro Alameda.
He's
Yeah,
from
he was down
Alameda.
there before we all got down there. Him and Little Lokes from Lodi. They
And
were down there, but there was nobody else down there when I got there besides you guys.
yeah, and little man from Turlock, Garrett Smith, the white
Yeah,
boy.
but no, he had left already
Yeah.
by
So
the time I got down there.
so the day I remember I caught a little stabbing and they put me in the caja and then I was leaving up to Preston, me and Boo from Stockton. And that particular day I remember looking towards R&R. I was on the bus and seeing you. What was happening that day, bro?
Hey, I paroled, bro. I maxed out. And paroled. While me and Boo were on Monroe. So I was already paroling and he caught his bus ticket. You know what I mean? He goes, I'm gone for I'm going to Preston. I was like, all right, fool, you take care. Here's my number, call me, and I ended up paroling that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember. I was on the bus looking all sad, like, damn, bro. Because I was, Nellis was the only thing I knew. So I didn't really want to leave. But at the same time, I was happy to be getting on, seeing what was going to happen
Yeah.
next. And I was sitting next to Boo, and he told me, yeah, Spooky's paroling. And then I seen you getting dressed out, getting ready to leave. So what happened from there, bro? You end up paroling. And where did they take you, bro? Because I heard a story.
Okay, so yeah, so I went to Norwalk, right? So Norwalk, I caught the bus down to downtown LA, and I'm not one to just sit around and just I went out. I went out downtown, walked around. I got into with some fools from 18th Street. You know what I mean? I was like, Norte, Salas, fools cracking. Ooh, guess on my son. You know what I mean? And I ended up catching the bus. I get into it with them fools and getting on the bus and bouncing. Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, so man, hey, I remember we took two different paths, bro. So I ended up going up north and doing my thing, but so from there, bro, you wiggled back to Salas, and we all know, man, Salas is headquarters for the NF, headquarters for the whole northern philosophy, everything going on, man. I know, knowing you, bro, the way I know you quickly got in the mix, right?
Well, when I got out, when I first got out, I was living on Fremont Street. And if anybody knows about Salas, Casitas and Fremont were fighting at that time. So like, my little homeboy Chente, rest in peace, Vincent Sanchez, he came through, gave me a 9mm Beretta, and he was like, if you got to use it, use it. You know what I mean? They're supposed to be homeboys, but they're still mad. You know what I mean? Because a year earlier, in '93 was, three Fremont boys got killed at a party, and my boy, original, the original Frosty, Eric Lucio, the real Frosty from Casitas, not that other fool, but him, he got popped for it. You know what I mean? But so I was out there and I was running around with a couple bros. I was going to county jail to visit my primo Stork. Um, he married my cousin Sharon, so we were going seeing him and stuff. I was out there with Night Owl, but Night Owl was with he was always with Mattel, and I was always with Robert Rose Chico. So we kind of got schooled differently, during that time. There was a lot of homies out there, in the regiment at the time. You know what I mean? A lot of OG homeboys. Mikio was there. Weasel. A lot of people, man. Beast, Pancho, Roger. there was a lot of good homeboys out there, and we just took different paths, and I was in it to win it. You know what I mean? Destiny was sealed.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, man. And I actually came across a book a while back, man, called Blood in the Fields, and I read it, and it tripped me out when I seen your name mentioned a lot, bro. Knowing your case and knowing what you're in for, and can you tell the gente how much time you're doing?
Right now I'm doing 103 years of triple life.
Exactly, man.
You
For
know,
those, yeah, for those of you that don't know, this is Spukio de Salas, a real one, man. The one from Blood in the Fields, the book, the one that was out there really wiggling, doing his thing. Now, the whole Lobo Smiley situation, man. I know you were out there functioning under them. How'd that come about, bro? You know what I mean? I know that's a delicate situation, but if you could put anything out there, man, how was it at that time, bro?
before I go in that, I want to clear up a couple of things though. Like people shouldn't really um read too much into these books that are out there. A lot of stuff's fabricated. What people did and what they didn't do, and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? And that book was basically um more based on Little Mondo than anybody else through this reporter lady. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't care what people think or what they say or whatnot. I'm still the same way. If you want it, you could get it in any way, fashion, how you say it, fashion, manure style, whatever. You know what I mean?
That's right.
But just don't really, read into any of that stuff that much. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the stuff that's printed in these books are third, fourth, fifth hand information. They don't really know what's going on. But as far as what LB and Smiley, um, yeah, I got out and I was touching base. I touched base with my little primo Danny boy, and he was like, homeboy's out, with the whoop. I was like, well, you might want to stay away from LB. I've been hearing things, and you know, after I got to touch base with them, meet him, Chente, you know, and then the person that I was under, that was in the Bay, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
told me that go ahead, disregard what you heard. It's not true. And the person that actually told me about LB ended up getting hit like 2 weeks later,
Mm.
for telling me what he told me about him. You know what I mean? So I knew that a lot of that was propaganda, and a lot of the stuff that was put out there about LB was, like it came from two highness, two sisters, you know what I mean? That are, you know, could say Famigano groupies, or whatnot. They're brothers to somebody, and they just never got touched. But their their time was coming to an end, when we're out there. But like once I started functioning with them, I kind of knew how he was. How he was like one and done kind of guy. He believed in the cause and he believed in the struggle and all that. And he just wanted to make everything function accordingly. He didn't use drugs. He didn't drink. It was about my business, and that's it. You know what I mean? And Rico was there. Old man Chente was there. You know, and there was a good brother named Fish, Angel, and me. That was the Fat Five. You know what I mean? That were out there running salas at that time.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Yeah, real ones. Yeah, and I heard a lot at the same time, bro, that was going on. I was barely getting into my own and wiggling out there on the guys too. I had just got out and was doing my thing. So, man, everything that you're saying, man, like I could stamp that because I know that was what was cracking. So, a big thing that happened in Salas, man. Probably the turning point within the history of the NF, bro. And you don't have to elaborate too much on it. I know you know the intricate details, and I wouldn't ask you to say anything that you don't feel like saying. But knowing you, like I know you, man, you don't give a fuck, right? Um, Mikio, right? Mikio, man, a well-known, well-respected individual out of Salas, man, was actually hit, right? He was actually hit, and without elaborating to too much detail, man, did you ever hear the reasoning behind that? Because I know it's still a mystery to a lot of gente, man.
A lot of that stuff had to do with what a bitter. This dude was he was he was actually before Corny got that spot. There was somebody else from Salas that got that spot, right? And but he was a tyrant at a C3. You know what I mean? Everybody knew who was in C3. I don't need to drop his name. You know what I mean? He was in C3. He was a tyrant. You know, they told him to step down. They would give him Salas, so he did step down as the acting G, and when they gave him Monterey County. You know what I mean? Well, you know, MC wasn't really doing it for him because he kept getting locked up. So now you have a group of non drug users, you know, straight hitters, you know, about making that money, about moving up that ladder, doing things right, you know. And you know, I always been like, if you follow the bylaws and the Constitution and everything, and you live and breathe that, the creed, then you will never go wrong. You know what I mean? You might make decisions that are unpopular with the people, but then again, nobody's ever going to be 100% on your side. You know, not even when our president's elected. You know, there's never 100% behind you. But yeah. So you know, he was getting the whole pie, not a piece of it, but the whole pie. Um, and MC was coming out, you know, and um, Rico was supposed to be taking care of MC and taking a couple care of some stuff, and you know, there's this dude named Willie Stokes that came out, you know, with some wheelers that Mikio wrote to him and turned them over to them. They were unflattering wheelers about Rico, you know, but this dude brought him out, turned him over, and that was like another strike against MC. You know what I mean? But it was mostly about greed and turning over Salas to him, to somebody that's never done anything for Salas financially. And you know, they talked about it, and you know, and what's crazy is that the person that said, because I talked to Mikey like a week before that happened, and he did had a lot of ganas and postcards from up there in the Bay. Um, you know, that should have never happened to him. It was a bad call, but it wasn't anybody. It was like some backdoor shit, you know, from that dude at a C3, some backdoor shit, personal shit, and you know, and you know Rico was like, Charlie, man, you can't do this. You know, he's the captain, you can't, man, and you know, vote was taken, and you know, you know the end results of that. So you know that's what happened there.
Exactly. Without elaborating too much, everyone could read between the lines and hear that story for themselves. It's out there. All they got to do is Google it. But yeah, man. So from there, uh, it seems like you found yourself caught up in the mix, man. I'm not going to elaborate too much into your crimes and your story because you know, Vatos always could laws could change. You could always get a date and always get that time back. So we won't even go that route. Let's just say, man, you're sitting down doing a lot of time behind a lot of real things that were wiggling out there, a lot of real moves, you know. And for those of
Yeah,
you that don't know, I'm sure they could Google. It's all out there, you know what I mean. But this is the man Spooky de Casitas from Salas. You know, I've been knowing 30 years, like I said, man, since my Hawaii days, and we did it side by side, homie. We picked up weapons, we fashioned them, we made it happen, no doubt about that. Another thing, bro, and this is it's funny to me, right? Because I heard the story and I said, "Fucking Spooky," right? What's this story about a psychic, bro? The gente want to know, homie. Put it out there. There
uh,
were,
and, hey, bro, you know, I don't know where they got that from. I don't know where they got that from. Um, you know, it's well documented on why I went to trial. You know what I mean? And you know, there was a Jomo from Gonzalez who wore the wire. You know, there were some things going on, and you know, um, everybody was getting deals. I did have a deal at 33 years, no life. You know what I mean? I didn't take it. I was asked to, you know, do what I do best, you know, for the cause, and I did. Went to trial. Um, Guilty on all counts. Dude named Joe. Jomo Gonzalez came. Um, Joe Ybarra, that's his name. He's from Gonzales. Came testified against me, and got all the tapes that we needed to get because there was it was this was before the widow case. Um, Operation Black Widow came out, so there was, he was informing on that case too. That's all. People got caught up for the Mikio case and the dope case, and how they tied Salas into everything else. And but nah, there was never no side gig. You know what I mean? I don't know how that came about or whatever, but yeah, like I told you, I said, where in the fuck did you get that from, Carnan? Because man, I'm not, you know, uh, that was just crazy. But nah, there's never no psych. You know what I mean? And I already knew the hookup was going to bounce. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely not going to take no information from the old lady that was getting ready to bounce. She was doing me dirty anyways from the day I got locked up. So let's believe I was gonna take her word for no fucking psychic. But nah, that never happened, bro.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you, bro. And hey, I thought that was funny style when I first heard it too, because knowing you for that long, bro, I already know your get down. So Trip, this end of hostilities, I know you know what I mean, bro. Right now with what's going on with the NF, with these two factions, the federal faction, the state faction, everyone's split up. What have you been hearing, homie? What have you been seeing? Because we're old school, bro. We're old school. We functioned under the old generals. We functioned under the old wave, homie. We functioned under some real cats that have been doing it for a lot of years, bro. Um, what's going on nowadays, bro? I know you, and knowing you, you've always been anti peace and anti with that business. You're set in your ways. But with the end of hostilities, how you think that's gonna play out, bro? With this federal faction and the state faction?
First of all, I believe they committed treason. Um, they committed treason with the ceasefire. Um, and they committed treason um, by making two factions. The Constitution says anywhere a general is headquarters. They know that, and then you got the state faction that, if you just look at who these individuals are, man, like you know, um, Chuko, we got paperwork on them making statements about the brown ball thing. Conejo was was stripped all the way down to never hold a position ever again. And then they got this other dude they messed up on. He got some more R's, you know, on his jacket. I mean, than fucking a serial rapist. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But you know, um, they committed treason when they committed the ceasefire. You know what I mean? Um, I don't see it lasting. I think in the future, you know, I think they're just buying time, and if history serves itself, it's going to repeat itself. You know what I mean? And um, I'm always going to support the feds, the federal generals, no matter what. I believe in the cause. I believe in the way. And I just think that that they're on the right. And you know, if if you want to listen to what these guys say state-wise, if you just look at the filters that are being filtered out and stuff like that, you know what I mean? It's like a two-face. You know what I mean? When they try to compare them to the bubble, Death Row Joe, and all that, they're doing the same shit. You know what I mean? State-wise. You know what I mean? Look at everything that's happening. You know what I mean? Nobody respects these generals. Nobody cares about the fools. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how many bodyguards you have. You know what I mean? Eventually, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear you. I hear you. I have my ways of thinking on that. I'm a full supporter of unity for the raza and peace amongst the people north and south. But at the same time, man, when you're part of that cause, it is what it is. Right is right and wrong is wrong. So I'm gonna have to agree with you on a lot of that. Um, Another thing, man, just one last thing I wanted to touch on was One Tibbs, bro. Tibbs out of Sanjo, a long-standing general, a very well-educated and respected individual within the NF, was recently hit by one Gerald Cuete Rubalcaba, or that's the rumor. Um, what was that all about, bro? Like, I know you. I'm the one that brought it to your attention, and you were tripping out on it. But I know since then you've kind of did your own vetting and heard about it. Uh, Man, what kind of shit is that when they could have their own hint to hit, man? What do you see? What was that all about? You're thinking, just your thinking.
The way I look at it is this: like, you know, him and DC were Saudis for a long time. And somebody put it in my ear that he was aware that this was going to happen, the two factions, and he was kind of like driving in the shadows, at that, and when you start voicing your opinion about it, it makes people wonder if the rumors are true, that you support that. You support two factions when there's actually supposed to be only one faction, and I mean, you're these are old school carnales, and if they feel that since an example needs to be set, they want to set that example, and you know what I mean, and and it happens, you know. I'm not mad at that happened or anything like that. It's just that it goes to show you that right is right and wrong is wrong. You know what I mean? And if you choose to show weakness in a time of war, show that you're not there to the fullest with the brothers around you, then you're expendable. And it's always going to be like that.
Yeah,
You know,
that goes back to the old saying we used to say in YA: anybody can get it. You know what I mean? And we had to live and die
anybody.
by that, because especially us, man, being underman and but we were never to be outshined. That was one thing for sure. Me and you, as well as a few others, established for the people. Anyways, man, hey, Spooky de Casitas, man. This is a real one. I just wanted to thank you, brother, for coming on here, man. Gunner's Playhouse, Gunner's Collective, man. Like I said, an old school homeboy of mine since 30 years ago. Um, Man, gracias for the time, bro. I know you got nothing but time, but gracias for the little piece of it that you gave us. We highly appreciate it, and for
Yeah.
elaborating on your spiel, man, and for putting it out there, bro. If you want to send any shout outs or anything you got to say, bro, right now's your time to shine, my boy.
Just I mean, just look in the actions, look at the actions and the conduct, and that goes to show you what a person really is about. You know what I mean? Just because they have a title doesn't mean that they deserve that title. You know what I mean? And the cause is a beautiful cause. Um, I love it. I'm always going to support it. I believe in it to this day. You know what I mean? But it's just you can't allow what happens to other people to dictate how you function and how you move. Just remember to push forward, and as long as you follow the creed of the bylaws, you'll never go wrong. Even if you make a decision that's unpopular, you know what I mean, and just stay focused and keep grinding. You know what I mean, and you know, it's all good.
That's right, man. With that being said, man, that's the homeboy Spooky de Casitas, a real one, man. Like I said, I've known him from day one, and I'm gonna continue to know him, man, into the last days of what we're here, and it's just gonna be like that. We're of a common understanding, a common belief, a common show of canalismo, man. Is what we always had from day one since we met in La Caja and the Oyo and Nelles. And we're gonna continue forth as such, man. Gracias, Spooky, for your time. We're gonna end it on that
Yeah.
note. I hope that you guys move fast with a purpose. You guys got everything you want coming to you. That's called hustling. And you already know the gang, bang, 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 bringing you the exclusives. Spooky de Casitas, one time for your minds. Bang, bang.